Great day, brother.
Oh, that was wild. That's been a dream of mine for a long time. And I thought last year was going to be my opportunity, and I missed it. So to come back this year and just have such a great race, I'm so humbled and honored. Thank you.
He is a humble man. He's a gentleman. And Tim O'Donnell, second place. What a tremendous day. Did you dream it?
You know what? A couple weeks ago, I didn't think I was going to be doing this race, and it really just filled me with gratitude that I was able to get to the start line. And a good friend of mine, Lawrence, just said, "Open your heart and run." That's what I did.
Well, you opened it up. We open up our hearts to you, Tim O'Donnell. Second place, Tim O'Donnell, USA.
You want Daddy?
Can you get me some water, Boo?
Yeah. So proud of you. You're amazing.
I think there's only so much energy in our house. I'm sorry for taking it all.
It's okay. I'm happy to give it to you.
Ohana, right before your very eyes.
Water. Water.
They are.
Yes.
In third place, he hails from Germany. He went 8:02.08. Let's welcome 35-year-old Sebastian Caneway.
What did you do?
249 something.
249.45.
Oh, nice.
You finally ran faster than your wife.
You did. Damn it.
only took like 10 years.
You want your binky?
Yeah. With my pinky.
Congrats to Tim.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so happy for him.
Who's going to be the winner here? Oh, yeah!
Wasting that shit.
Sebastian Keeley, Tim O'Donnell, Jan Fudigo, your Ironman royalty of 2019! Come on, give me your hand, give it up!
Yeah, Daddy.
So pumped. What a race. Just felt like I really executed well today. Obviously, Jan had a best performance here ever, so hats off to him and all the other guys, but just really stoked. You know, I saw her sitting up on the bars, climbing up to Javi, so I knew it wasn't going to be her day, and then she was coming into town when I was running out on the Queen K, and she stopped and started cheering for me, so I knew it was just up to me this year. Same thing in 2015 when I was on the podium. She got hit by a car the week of the race, so I was joking that there's only so much energy in our house, and I was greedy today, so I took it all, but she doesn't mind. That was so hard. I felt strong all day. It was a choppy swim, definitely harder than last year. Windy bike, and at one point I found myself with Jan and Alistair Brownlee and said there's 3 Olympic gold medals here in this little group of 3 and none of them are mine. I thought maybe I was in the wrong spot, but yeah, just held strong all day. Jan made a big move on the bike. I knew it wasn't my move. Just rode my race and just got into my rhythm on the run. Thank you everybody for following, and we're gonna have some fun stuff coming your way soon. Honestly, I had a feeling in the back of my mind that I could do something really special here this weekend. You know, there's been a lot of obstacles, but it's left me refocused and hungry over the years. So I was excited. The night before the race, actually, I was having trouble sleeping. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. This might be too much. I don't know. But just shook it off and got into the groove. I've been coming to this race since 2011, and I've always thought there could be a group of strong riders that get away on the swim, and it finally happened. So it took the better part of a decade, but it worked this time. Yeah, we got on the bike. It was a small group, and everybody in the group were amazing riders. Jan, Ali, Josh Amberger, Maurice Clavel, I believe, was the other rider. And yeah, I mean, it felt really good and controlled on my end, and we kept getting time splits, and we were holding the gap to the chase group, which had some amazing riders. You had Sebi, you had Cam Worth, Lionel Sanders, Joe Skipper, Boris Stein, group of amazing riders. So the fact that we were able to hold our own and then still run well was awesome.
Was there much communication between you guys and the group? How does that kind of happen? Do you guys communicate with each other to try to hold off the other guys?
Honestly, there didn't really seem like too much communication. Jan 100% was the driving force in that group. If he wasn't there, I don't think it would have stayed away the way it did. And he definitely rallied. You know, he was trying to make sure everybody was kind of sharing the load a little bit. I did most of my work on the back half of the ride, coming down from Javi, and then from kind of Kauai High to Scenic Point, I was on the front. And we were still holding the gap on those sections, which was good.
Coming into town, when you got off the bike, did you think you were going to have to run? At what point did you kind of feel like, wow, I got this?
It was really, yeah, I was actually weirdly confident with my running, even though, you know, I had the setbacks with the foot and low running volume. But I really felt like I rode within myself. When Jan put in that surge around, I think, 92 miles, I felt confident enough in how I was doing and where I was at to stay within myself and not go with that move. Ali went with him, and I think he paid the price and kind of fell off pace, and then fell back to me, and then fell back to the group behind us. So I think I made the right choice just at that point. It was late in the ride just to stay within myself. And I actually hit T2 and started running in T2, and I kind of knew then that I was in a good spot. I've had years where I've gotten off the bike there and could barely even stand up straight. So I felt like I was kind of fresh and poppy and springy, and just hit the run.
So you started the run, and you pretty much stayed in second. When were you ever thinking you wanted to catch Jan, or were you ever thinking about the guys behind you?
Honestly, once again, I just really felt like I needed to stay within myself on the run. And it wasn't that big of a gap to like Sebi and some of the guys behind me. I think it was only 2 minutes, and I wasn't worrying about Jan. He was having a special day. I think he had 90 seconds to 2 minutes on me coming onto Alihi on the run, and if I had tried to close that, it would have been the end of my day. I wouldn't have been able to. That would have been sub 240 pace basically, right? So I just got to work and got in my rhythm. My coach Julie wanted to make sure I was smart on Alihi. In the years past, I've run too hard, and then I've kind of imploded when I got out to the Queen K. So I felt like I just kept it in control, and it seemed that 2 minute gap to Sebi just stayed right on 2 minutes. And I knew that I just had to be consistent and strong and start to make everyone else behind me doubt that I was gonna crack. And that's important, to win that mental game.
When you hit that run turnaround and you see Sebi, is there any contact or motion or time split or anything?
So the run turnaround in the energy lab, I had been getting time splits to Sebi that were 2 minutes, and then I looked and I had, I think, about 2:30. So at that point, that gave me a lot of confidence that, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't do anything stupid, and keep fueling. Try to keep cool, keep hydrated, and just stay strong when you get back on the Queen K. So I had a good feeling about the podium. I knew that any slight miscalculation and I could lose that second spot. And that actually happened to me in 2015. I ran in second place behind Jan for almost the entire run. I think it was right around 24 miles that Andy Raylert caught me and got me and took second. And I really didn't want to lose that spot again. So I just had to stay strong when we got out to the Queen K, and was probably the hardest part for me because I was really questioning my run fitness at that point, and I just didn't. I almost felt like at any point I was gonna crumble, and I've crumbled on that run in the years past. But I just focused on just my cadence and good foot placement and being relaxed, and it really helped. I had a great year last year, but we still had a lot of improvement to go. I'd only been working with Julie for a couple months. And then this year, we brought on Matt Bottrell as my cycling coach. Huge help. I really felt like I was prepared. With all the hiccups I had with health and injuries, it really brought my running back and lifted my cycling. And I think that was really good for me as well. I mean, the years I've been most run fit here, I don't run well because I override. And I ride beyond my ability, and then I'm shelled for the run anyways. So this year, I really felt like I had great cycling strength. And when I hit the run, even though I didn't have that run training and volume, I was in a much better place. And I think all that running on the Alta G and aqua jogging, I think really helped to keep my hips moving and my turnover high, and all good things for being out there on the Queen K at the end of the run. Nutrition here in Hawaii has always been one of my biggest problems, just being able to feel good in the marathon. I always feel like I just have a lot of highs and lows. And, I switched to a new nutrition sponsor this year, UCAN, and it was an unbelievable help. And this is the first hot, humid Ironman I've done in it, but I felt so good, so strong, so consistent. And it's really just about having, a stable energy source on top of all the high glycemic stuff that you're pounding just to get those extra calories. So I'm stoked. Yeah, I felt like this was a huge step forward for me. Something I can build off of too. I don't think that was my best day.
So yeah, let's just start getting ready for 2020. Well, it's been a roller coaster of a year. I know I haven't been in a ton of episodes because I haven't raced a ton, but I want to thank everybody for your support and tuning in this last, I guess, 2 seasons here with the Tim and Rinny Show. It's been awesome, and the hats are available, people. So check out the link below. Get yourself a Tim and Rinny Show hat. Show your love and support, and thank you all.